Can Liverpool win the Premier League? Liverpool's unbeaten run at Anfield failed on the 69th attempt, ending the long 68-game unbeaten run in the Premier League last night at home to Burnley through an 83rd minute penalty from Ashley Barnes. Liverpool now travel to Old Trafford in Sunday's FA Cup fixture, with United moving back to top of the Premier League after a 2-1 win away against Fulham, after going down from 1-0 to win 2-1. United are playing with confidence, opposed to Liverpool, which are now very much struggling. They've now failed to score, I think, in the last 4 or 5 games. Jurgen Klopp is now facing a real fate. Now, he could end up being sacked if he cannot get this Liverpool team back on track. This upcoming FA Cup fixture does resonate their game against at Anfield last weekend on Sunday. Apart from that, I think there will be at least a goal in this game. Hopefully there is this time, as last week was just very poor to watch. Wasn't really much in it. Not really any team wanting to win, wanting to concede at all. Very poor game all round. With Liverpool, they did have at least a centre-back back, and Joe Matip again last night. But it wasn't enough to have confidence in their team to beat Burnley. Burnley do move a bit clear off the relegation zone now. That win was massive, and it does show that United should have went for it against Liverpool last weekend, as they were there for the taking. This game I'm going to predict it going to be a 1-0 win for Manchester United, for the simple reason is, even though Liverpool probably have maybe a couple more starting players, maybe that's where Jurgen Klopp looked when he started, I think, Divock Origi, I think Shaqiri and all sorts. Last night against Burnley, I think he was gearing up for this FA Cup weekend, just due to the fact it's United and doesn't want to get put out or very much embarrassed. United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is now 6 points clear of Liverpool. They dropped to 4th, unfortunately, through Man City's result. City, Leicester and United are all now within, I think, 2 points of each other, with Man City having 1 game in hand. It's got to be an interesting title challenge now. It is only 6 points a difference for Liverpool, and we all know that Liverpool can easily come back from this position, opposed to the likes of other teams. I think the current top 4 right now, obviously not in the order that I said at the start of the season, will end it. I did predict Chelsea to finish in there instead of Leicester. The current order, maybe it does finish like that and United can finally win Premier League number 21 or Premier League 14 in the top division 21 times. It will be interesting to see, as this weekend, if United can win, yes, it is an FA Cup, but it'll show, do United really have killer instinct in these games, in the big games, as to what they should have had against Liverpool at Anfield last Sunday? Will they have it at Old Trafford this Sunday? I don't know. I just say 1-0 United. I don't see it being an open game. I see it's probably being decided by a penalty or a late goal. But moving on to match day 2 is Southampton versus Arsenal. Now, both teams had the opposite start to a Premier League season, with Arsenal ultimately fighting for against relegation in the early stages, and now after 6 games they have not conceded in 5 of those 6. They have not conceded in 5 consecutive games for the first time in who knows how long, compared to Southampton, who were up there, initially top of the league for a bit and then started to slip a wee bit, but were still keeping themselves in a Champions League push. and now find himself just above Arsenal with 2 points. They do have a game in hand which can put them 5 points clear of the FA Cup match opponents in the Premier League, but the way that Arsenal are playing now, I definitely can see them winning. But of Arsenal of old, we all know that Arsenal might not even be able to see it out, maybe even concede. That's what I'm thinking. Arsenal could easily just capitulate a wee bit and go back to the Arsenal of old, or just the Arsenal of this season, where they struggle away from home against a good Premier League team, and then ultimately fade away into maybe even last season with mid-table obscurity. This is, well, right now it's good times for Arsenal fans. 6 games unbeaten now, 5 games without conceding consecutively. Definitely looking very, very positive for Arsenal fans. They are looking to go deep in the FA Cup again after winning it last season. You'd think that they would probably get far, but against Southampton, I don't think they're going to make it. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Southampton. It could easily be the other way around, which is a very, very strong possibility. But I do think Arsenal lose this game and Mikel Arteta's probably question for his tactics again, as that is what it is all nowadays. Question the manager's tactics and not see the team they put out was strong and everything, but we all know that Southampton fans love to moan, they love to have a dig at their team. Fair enough, it's right when you're at the start of the season fighting against relegation and not really looking positive, as if they didn't pick up the points and go on this 6-game unbeaten run in the Premier League, they would be 2 points off the drop and in very real danger of being in a relegation dogfight this season, but they've picked up. I do think it will be towards Southampton. I don't see it being anywhere else. I will think that Arsenal, it does all depend on the team selection for both teams. If Arteta puts out a very strong team, then I'll probably go the other way and say 2-1 Southampton, 2-1 Arsenal I mean. But obviously I cannot predict that this time tomorrow. I do not know what the team's going to be, but we'll see what happens. Before you go, if you've enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ultimately, right now in Scotland there is still lockdown, which I don't want to get started on, as I could probably record a 3-hour episode, or even a 3-hour podcast, on how I think that the government have messed up with handling this COVID-19, but that's not for me to discuss right now, or possibly discuss anytime soon. Hopefully, in the next coming months, I'm able to start bringing different content, maybe even some football challenges. We just need to see how the lockdown goes. I'm starting to learn how to edit videos properly, so as soon as the lockdown is lifted, I can then start to look to bringing more people into this channel, can start to up the content, that can start to really take shape and start to really grow. But we need to see what Nicola Sturgeon does with that. But with that, catch us all later, catch us all on Monday. Hope you have a good weekend and goodbye.